What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Oh man, decked out in my freaking chain gang John Cena word life. Yo, had to do it, man. Had to do it. Oh, I got it the wrong way. Hold on. Boom! Word life, baby. What's up, y'all? What's happening, everybody? Shout outs to everybody that's tuning in right now. Shout outs to the two people up in here. What's good, everybody? I'm going to start sending out the link because I definitely want to get some people in here. Let me see. Let's get that in there. So if you guys want to tap in, definitely. KBM, what's good, bro? You're right on time, fam. What's up? I thought I would dress up for this little occasion right here. Well, not dress up, but like get the whole shebang, the whole outfit, man. So got the word life, John Cena wristband, got the jersey. I got the chain, but I can't be wearing it all day, man. That's gonna be killing my neck. Right here. These are dope. There you go. Oh, I got it all. I got it backwards. So there you go. Boom. Having too much fun with these. So today's topic, guys, for those of you who don't know, obviously, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm a lot more active on Instagram. That's probably the most active platform that I utilize with social media next to YouTube and my Twitter, of course, and Facebook. But I wanted to talk about a lot of pro wrestling stuff today in this segment because there's a lot of stuff that has been happening in the world of professional wrestling. And there's also a lot of, wrestling fans and friends that hit me up. So, I figured I would make a segment dedicated to the world of pro wrestling. So I know this is not going to be everybody's cup of tea because I know a lot of people who follow me are not really wrestling fans or they're just not in touch with wrestling today. That's totally fine because I myself am not really invested too much with the world of professional wrestling. I don't really watch it all too much. But Jake, what's up, man? What's good? What's that? Eliart Manzur, did I say that properly? What's up? What up? Thank you for tuning in tonight. Bay Area Throwbacks, what's good, bro? Just talking, doing my weekly stream here. And I just wanted to focus on talking about professional wrestling. So let me send this link out to some people that I was going to have join the segment. And guys, this invitation's open to anybody that wants to chime in, anybody that wants to talk about wrestling. I'm going to dedicate this section to wrestling tonight in this episode here. But a lot of stuff has happened in the last few weeks. So let's see here. How's everybody doing tonight, man? Y'all doing good? Let's see. All right. So I guess I'll just start, and kind of discuss some things that I want to talk about in the world of professional wrestling. Obviously, guys, if you don't know by now, there has been a lot of things that have happened in the world of professional wrestling. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I am very out of touch when it comes to like the entire roster of wrestlers, like superstars and, female wrestlers and stuff like that. Like, I don't watch wrestling to the extent of like what I did back, in the early 2000s and even like 90s era, I just recently started watching it again because my guy, John Cena, he checked in. He showed up at SummerSlam at the end of I believe it was the main event with Roman Reigns. He came out, unexpectedly, and basically he started another feud with the current WWE champion, Roman Reigns, and it was dope. Like, I'm a huge Roman Reigns guy. Like, I'm a huge Roman Reigns fan. I've always been a Cena guy, so to see both of those guys like go toe to toe in the ring, was just really dope to me. I thought that was super cool. And, I kind of already expected where they were going with, the whole feud and stuff, like who was going to win. I mean, my prediction was pretty much true. I already expected Cena to lose just because of the simple fact that, he's a part-timer. He's not fully on the roster. He's not a full-time roster. And like, it was just one of those things where it's like, it's dope to see as a fan, as a lifelong fan of Cena and his career in professional wrestling. But the reality, kicks in. And yo, Rivalry, what's up, man? What's going on, man? How you doing? Congrats on your promotion, by the way, man. Salute. I'm happy for you, man. I'm glad that your employer is finally starting to recognize somebody that's real good. So salute to you, man. Well deserved, and I'm happy for you. OG Kicks 45. What is good? What's good? What's CCP? I don't know what CCP is. I'm out of touch, guys. But yeah, so that whole thing with Roman Reigns was pretty dope, and Cena, and it was just overall a really dope like rivalry. And the main event for SummerSlam. Did I say Roman Reigns fought Cena after? I forgot what pay-per-view it was, man. Sorry, guys. But yeah, it was one of those things like when they had the match and then the match ended. By the way, guys, if you guys don't know what I'm rocking, I'm decked out in my Cena gear, man. I know I'm like in a time machine right now. I have to show y'all what I got on tonight, man, because you already know, man. Always sticking to my OG word life right there. You feel me? So yeah, so like the whole thing with Cena and Reigns feuding, and then after that, we had Brock Lesnar who came out. That was unexpected. And it was just crazy, like I don't know exactly where they're gonna go with the whole feud with Lesnar and Reigns, because they have fought before on a number of occasions. And, it was one of those things where people, I feel like with wrestlers, I feel like when you see them show up week after week after week, people get bored of them. Like, they just boo them. They just like, get out of here, because the same thing happened with John Cena, right? Like, when Cena would come out of the ring and you'd hear his theme song playing, people would boo him like left and right, and then they'd do the John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. Like with the unison of his theme song, The Time Is Now. So like, basically, like when he came back, like, yo, the crowd went wild. Like it just popped on a whole new feeling. And Cena was like shocked himself. He's like, yo, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where I don't get it, man. Like as a fan, I don't really understand where they're going, like in terms of how they boo and cheer, like I never understood it. And it was one of those things that, was just like really, I'm like, really, dude? Like, are you guys fans of the guy or you're not? You're either a fan or you're not. And like, he had this standing ovation when he came back, and people actually cheered for him, while he was doing the promos, hyping it up for SummerSlam. And OG Kick says, what do you think of Lesnar coming back? I'm actually curious to see where they're going to go with his storyline. I don't know if he's going to be like a full-time on the roster. I highly doubt it. I mean, Lesnar is like, what, 44, 45 right now in his career. And I mean, dude, the dude like does not need to be showing up every week. Although I'd like him to show up every week, he's not going to be showing up weekly. I don't think. And you know, I would really like to see him go back to his like amateur wrestling days, like back when he was like wrestling and not doing Suplex City all the freaking time. You know, I don't think we'll ever see that, to be honest with you. But the fact that Lesnar is just so athletic and, you know, able to do what he did, and I'm pretty sure that he could still move quickly and you know, be very like maneuverable with what he does. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously he did it before. I mean, obviously, yes, there is age as a factor, but like to see him back and like the new whole, like, I don't know what he's got, like a man bun or something, and the beard, you know, and him coming back. Like, I feel like this is an opportunity for WWE and Lesnar to really kind of just reshape his whole like style, you know, his wrestling style. You know, obviously he's always going to be that UFC fighter that we all, you know him to be, you know, the Suplex City killer machine and stuff like that. But we need to see more of his wrestling ability. I think that's what really made him get the pop that he did, aside from his freaking nature, physique, and athleticism. Like, you know, so that's kind of what I think about Lesnar coming back. I think that Selena Vega is going to be Lesnar's new advocate. See, I don't really follow Selena Vega all too much. I know who she is, but I don't really know like to the extent of like what gimmicks she's had, like what her role is in WWE. Like, I know she was kind of like an advocate for a couple of other people from when I, you know, would flip the channels and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility. KBM, I got some theories for the Brock Roman situation. Yeah, tap in, bro. Tap in when you get a chance, or type it in the chat. You know, and I'll highlight what you say and kind of elaborate on what you think. But yeah, man, let me know what you think, guys. By the way, man, if you guys want to tap in, please feel free to do so. The link is right there. I will post a link as well in the comments. So if you guys want to tap in, there it is. The link is right there. If you want to tap in, kind of share your thoughts, because I want to talk about some wrestling stuff tonight. And you know, let's talk, man. Let's talk. This is the opportunity to talk about wrestling, and if you guys got anything that you want to talk about. So let me read some of these comments. I saw a meme of what is that? Oh man, what is that? Onion next to a pic of the new look Lesnar. Yeah, you know, he kind of looks like that too, man. He kind of looks like he's growing an onion on his head. So that's funny. Trying to get link. It's over here. KBM. Yo, Alex, what's good, bro? Thank you for tuning in, man. Check out the homie. Really dope streamer, man. He has a lot of gaming content on his channel. Fellow YouTuber, fellow wrestling fan, fellow just overall like everything. We're basically like built from the same mold, man. So thank you for tuning in, brother. I'm talking about wrestling tonight, man. So if you want to tap in and share your thoughts, you know, definitely peep the link in the comment box, or you could highlight the comments that I have on my screen here. And if you want to talk about wrestling, that's tonight's topic. I try to have different topics every week. You know, I don't want to just focus on one thing, because I know people talk about like people love jerseys, people love sneakers, people love pop culture, toys, wrestling, and all that stuff that I dabble myself with. So, you know, if you want to hop on, please, by all means. And I'm glad you're doing well, man. I'm glad you're doing well. All right, so we got a guest that's gonna hop on tonight, and we're gonna kind of just go over some things. But let me have the homie hop on right quick.
Yo.
What's good, man? What's up, brother?
Just cooling, man. I actually just got back and all, but I'm cooling. What's good with it?
Yo, I'm just chilling, man. I just got off work myself. Just had some dinner, and I put on the John Cena.
I see you, man. Okay. Shit, that's what's up, man. Shit.
Yeah. So what's up, man? How you doing, man?
Man, shoot, I'm good, man. I'm on vacation again.
Okay.
So I'm doing good, man. Shoot, everything good your way?
Yeah, no, everything is cool, man. You know, it's a little warm out here in Cali, but you know, I'm just grinding the usual, you know, talking about stuff every week. And obviously I reached out to you before I went live about the whole wrestling conversation, and you reached out to me too over the weekend about a couple of things, man. But we'll get to that topic in a moment. But I want to focus on the whole WWE thing. Like you said that you had a Roman Lesnar like theory. Like, what's up, man?
Well, this was what I'm thinking. Since Brock pulled up at SummerSlam.
Yep.
So I was thinking this. What and a couple other people were saying this as well. Like, what if they have Brock and Roman for custody of Paul Heyman?
Yeah, I've seen a meme of that floating around.
Right, and not just that, but like Paul Heyman end up turning on Roman. It could be a theory, and also not just that. And of course, for the Universal title, you have Brock end up winning, and then Survivor Series coming to play, and let's insert Bobby Lashley's name. We get Bobby Lashley versus Brock, which everyone wants to see.
Yeah.
So those three scenarios could come into play.
Right.
Just gotta wait and see.
So my thing is this. So like with WWE, obviously you can't really hide the fact that they're not the same program that they were like 10, 15 years ago. They're obviously a different type of program. So like with these like top talent stars right now in WWE that you've mentioned, like where do you see the brand falling in terms of like ratings and just like overall like longevity?
That's a good question. To be honest, I can't really tell you and all because it's a lot of things that WWE has to get together and all. Like for instance, with NXT, I'll just put NXT for example. They're trying to rebrand NXT, and that's something that I have to totally disagree on because of the simple fact of, like NXT is actually the best thing WWE has right now. So with that being said, why end up fixing something like fixing NXT and they don't need to be fixed. So just things like that, and they are these wrestlers they're releasing. It's just like it's completely too much, man.
Yeah.
I honestly have to say that. And who it feel like now who else is what else WWE has as in certain wrestlers as a Roman and Finn and a couple other people. Like, don't get me wrong, like they're great, but at the end of the day, WWE needs something other than them, and not just that, the old timers, as in the part timers, as in John Cena, doggone The Rock, possibly coming back in Survivor Series, Goldberg, and all. Just they need something different. They need something completely different.
Right. So with the whole thing with like WWE right now, like what was your thoughts on SummerSlam? Like the results, like were you satisfied? Were you not? Do you feel like they could have done something better? Do you think that they did
Mixed feelings and all because of the fact of it was cool. RK Bro won the Raw tag titles. Okay, cool. Becky Lynch came back, and that was cool until she squashed. WWE had her squash Bianca Belair. Like, why y'all had that happen? And then now, for just reading the rumors, everything else, Becky Lynch is gonna be the top heel in the women's division on SmackDown. So it's like, wow. The Charlotte Flair match. Charlotte Flair won the Raw women's title. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a fan of what they. It's cool for them to give Charlotte Flair the title, but how many more times we have to see Charlotte Flair win a women's title? Like, I understand they're trying to do what we see with Ric Flair winning 16 times. but at the same time, I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, the Goldberg Lashley match, it was cool till we see the MVP interfering. That didn't help nothing. Plus, I don't know. Like, I have a theory with that scenario. I think that was someone like a passive torch. I could be wrong, but at the same time, like, I couldn't get with the match, and I rather would see Bobby Lashley, against Brock,
Yeah,
or whatever. But of course, how can we pull that off? And Brock just came back.
Right.
So
hold that thought right quick. I got 2 more guests coming in. I'm gonna let them in. Have them. Jake, what's up?
Not much.
Ron, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in tonight. Can you hear me?
Oh shit! What's up, guys? What's up, man?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Thank you, man. You just want to show it since the big homie showed his. Gotta show mine too.
Hey, why not? Why not?
Man, do I got to get my belts out now? Come on,
Hey, man. Come on, man. Why not? It's a wrestling show, man.
All right. Hold on. Let me get my goods.
Yeah, is that the Undisputed? Shit, it's still coming out. I don't know what's going on.
All right. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
I'm here. We here.
We in
All
there.
right, man. I'm gonna kind of jump through time machines, but you already know, man.
Tied. Okay.
The champ is here, bro.
Oh yeah.
But Jake, what's up, man? I know you said you're not really a wrestling fan, but you said you had some stuff you wanted to throw out there, man. Let's hear it.
Well, I mean, as sort of it for me, wrestling, it just seems like it's going the way of a lot of like professional leagues these days, where it's just like they're trying to like water it down or like try to make it more mainstream, as opposed to just leaving it like the way it was. Because I mean, even back in the days of like Hulk and Andre the Giant, and like back in the WWF days, I mean, it just to me felt like it was a lot more genuine, a lot more like about the actual product, like the wrestling, the rivalries, versus today where it's just like, well, I mean, case in point, when you have to keep bringing out Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Roman Reigns, and I mean, to be fair, those guys are in what, their mid-40s, some of them, if not even older.
Yeah.
And they have to keep bringing those guys back. It's just like, I don't know.
Roman right now, I think, just to clarify, I think he's in his prime right now. So I think he's like in his 30s, maybe
Okay.
late 30s. But I get what you're saying, man. Speaking of, man, I don't know if you know this, but Lesnar was
a Minnesota Viking, yeah.
The Minnesota, which reminds me, I was like, yo, I got to get his jersey. Oh, is that his jersey?
No, that's not, unfortunately.
Oh, I was
I'm
like,
not that
I was
lucky.
about to say, like, that is crazy.
Yo,
I'm not that lucky, no. But, I mean, every once in a while, you'll see a Lesnar Reebok replica pop up on eBay. But, obviously, those are very, very, very hard to come by.
Right.
Because I know there's a lot of like, well, there actually is quite a few pro wrestlers that dabbled in the NFL and other various sports too. But anyway, like I say, kind of actually tying this all back together here. Again, there's only so much you can do, and it just seems like they're not really doing a great job with like recruiting younger guys to sort of take over the wing. Because it's just like all they're doing is, again, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, John Cena. Great names from even 15 years ago. But, Father Time is undefeated. So it's just a matter of time before, something happens, or just, I mean, it's just like, because, I mean, even back early in like the early 2000s, they had a lot more different like things that, granted, again, censorship these days being the way it is too might have something to do with that. But I know like the Divas, that was a pretty big thing back in the day too. You know, and they even had freaking like underwear matches too. I mean, you know, stuff like that too, where it just it just seems like I don't know if they're trying to make it too mainstream or if they're just not really developing a young crop of guys that, you know, can step up and take over, or they're all just in like AEW or in some of these smaller wrestling leagues.
Yeah. I just want to highlight a comment real quick that the homie Alex said. He said AEW is the future of wrestling, but WWE will be okay financially. I agree with that. I think that you know, AEW is in a good place in terms of like carrying on the mantle of professional wrestling fans, like OG fans like ourselves and stuff. But you know, with WWE, man, like it's really hard to see them like just be out of business completely. Like I don't think that's ever going to happen because obviously they make sales. You know, they put people in seats, but you know, for people who are longtime fans, you know, they see how much the product has changed dramatically over the years. And you know, to say, you know, unfortunately, it's kind of gone a little on the south side, you know, with the meetings and stuff like that. You know,
that just seems like sorry to cut you off there, but it just seems like a lot of sports in general are that way. I mean, even with the NFL, even with, you know, NHL, you know, like leagues from like the last 10, 15 years. I think what that also has to do too with like insurance reasons and, you know, lawsuits and claims and the fact that they're figuring out that you can, you know, there's been a lot of serious injuries and even some deaths that, you know, were not planned out or anything like that. But it's just like, again, I mean, things change, times change. Because I will admit, a lot of the early 2000s WWE was very, I mean,
was on top.
A lot of that stuff was a must see, even if you weren't a huge wrestling fan. I mean, because who doesn't know Lesnar, Cena, you know, even Roman Reigns these days too. It's like it has names. I mean, of course, Vince McMahon built a pretty big product, and then he tried to venture outside of that, which, well, you know, there's, you know, different leagues that faltered for different reasons, even though, you know, but just. Again, I think it just boils down to the fact that it's a different time and just that they're not really grooming the proper replacements, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Right. Real quick, I got another guest hopping on. Yo, what's up?
Excuse me.
What's up, man? What's going on, dude?
All right, Jake is like, "What the fuck?"
No, so for those of you who don't know J Mac, he's also another wrestling fan. So you know, I invited him to hop on here because I think he would be a good. He'd bring a hopefully new and different perspective of his thoughts on wrestling today. But what are your thoughts, man, on WWE as a whole, and what did you like about SummerSlam? What did you not like about it?
I really only loved one match in the whole show.
Okay.
So I don't give it a very high rating. Overall, wrestling is going downhill, and I've noticed it. It's gone down and down. Why am I still a fan? Who knows?
Hey, that's the same question we all ask ourselves. Like,
I love the entertainment of it, but I guess it's like there's that hope that. It's like even though it sucks a lot of the time. Look at this guy.
I'm responding to the comment. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Big Slim. Yep.
It's like, I don't know. You still got something to hold on to, like some of the same guys. And yes, Jake was right that they need to develop younger guys that can be huge stars. But it's okay, actually. You're saying how they're in their 40s. It's actually always been that way. And as long as they look apart, like Bobby Lashley looks like he can destroy anyone. So if he's 44 or 40, whatever he is, so what? I mean, right? Ric Flair, he holds the record for the most championships. He was at least in his 50s. Like his prime literally went into his 50s. Same with Macho Man. Hogan, when they were doing the NWO, how old do you think they were doing that NWO when we were in high school?
Yeah, they weren't young pups. I know that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with wrestling, man, is that like literally you can make guys that are like well enough to be on like AARP, like gods. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. It's, but like the whole thing with, and sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, J Mac, but like the whole thing with, you know, WWE as a product, like I'm the same way. Like I find myself getting drawn to it, even though it's gone downhill. Obviously, I think consensus rules that everybody in this room and in the chat can agree that the product has definitely gone stale. But there's always that little edge that just kind of wheels us back.
You know what it is, though? They have a lot of talent, actually. Possibly more talent than they've ever had. It's that they're not using it properly. They don't book it properly. They don't storytell. They got some guys that can do flip after flip, like Ricochet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you can do a million flips, and it's you can get a pop, but then that's only going to hold your attention for a minute. I mean, like,
right.
You need like a deeper story. Like even when they did Rusev, when guys that get the biggest like something going, Rusev, they let him go. Damian Sandow, they let him go. Guys that the crowd loves, Daniel Bryan, that wasn't their fault, his fault, nobody's fault, but you know, I think it's a legitimate injury, but multiple guys, Rusev. The crowd loved Rusev, and they had a storyline with Lana and Bobby Lashley.
I was like,
you know that Vince is not gonna like.
That was definitely a Vince.
Yeah, Vince is not gonna let that ride for so long.
You gotta push the boundaries. I know it's more PG for the kids.
Right.
You know? That's the thing. It's more for the kids. And that's why it's harder for us to like it, I think, is because it's more for the kids.
And that's why, I mean, I know not trying to go such a WWE, but I just have to throw this one statement out. That's why AEW is winning more than they have ever won.
They're doing a better job.
They started the promotion.
Yeah, exactly.
Of, like, putting on the show, they're doing a better job. But do you really think it's almost like I don't know what
it's getting there. It's getting there more than ever now, and even tonight or whatever. Like I just read that CM Punk just hinted that one Daniel Bryan is coming to AEW. So if they get Daniel Bryan, man, like WWE might as well just call it raps because
no, but you don't understand how rich they are. They're so
right.
Rich,
I mean,
concerned.
Right. Remember Tony Khan is you got the Jaguars. So at the end of the day, with AEW's getting with AEW and all, like man, they can get anyone, everyone, and also not just that, they're working in other promotions now. Compared to WWE, you're just limited to one. I mean, they can go to Japan anytime they want.
Do you know about I forgot when exactly it was, but supposedly, I don't know if this is true, WWE at one point was doing bad. Oh, it was when WCW took all WWF's guys. And the only superstar, and he was never even as big as like Hulk, was Bret Hart.
Yep.
He was the only one left. Everyone had gone to WCW. And supposedly, they came for the water coolers.
They sure did.
And that means Vince had to step up. And that's when the Attitude Era came in to compete with another product.
Right.
That's probably the only thing that would make the product better.
And the greatest time in wrestling.
Position to beat them or to actually beat them. But I don't see it happening financially. Even if they have CM Punk, I mean,
but you got to remember something. That's the ultimate taste of what's going on now with AEW and WWE.
Let's backtrack just a little bit here. So like, because I want to focus on WWE first before we move on to AEW. But and like in terms of the brand WWE as a whole, like what do they have to do to be the top dog in pro wrestling again? Because obviously they got a lot of competition out there. Primarily right now, AEW, they're competing with them.
But they don't. I don't think they have any serious competition at the moment.
They need a shakeup.
Hype-wise, they do. Hype-wise, AEW has a little stir going on. But financially, that's why WWE, as long as they're prospering financially, they're not worried. And they'll give
As long as Vince still has those deep pockets, I don't think.
they'll feed you garbage.
They'll be there.
They'll keep feeding you garbage if you keep eating it. That's
exactly. It's with every, not even just with wrestling,
right?
But
And I agree.
Competition, any brand, whatever,
They need to go back to the. I'm not gonna say that they can go back to the Attitude Era, but they need an ultimate shakeup and all.
Did you notice they were saying bitch now and stuff, and like son of a bitch, and like trying to get a little more, edgy or whatever? But
we need new title changes and everything else.
So KBM, you said shakeup. Like, what type of shakeups did you have in mind?
As in, like, okay, they're about to do the draft. Not just that. I mean, just new title changes. It's just different people need to be involved in the title pictures. And most importantly, we need to see a new champions. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have not think about it, Roman Reigns has been champion for almost a year. Come next month, he'll be champion for a year. So
that is actually a good thing. That's the only good thing they have going, pretty much.
And so, and not just that. I mean, we went into WrestleMania just to see. Oh, rumor has it Rock versus Roman, and to be honest, I don't know if y'all want to see it. Me personally, I'm not a fan of that. Seeing Rock and Roman at Mania just for the title and the bloodline and all this other shit, but it I don't know, man. I'm just just maybe different when it comes to seeing things like that. I just want to see something different. I mean, as in a new champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Bobby Lashley. Okay, I understand he did his thing at TNA. He was world champ and everything else, but he come to WWE, been champion since February, and people. It's not a person on Raw that can like actually beat him. That in my opinion, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, I don't know.
You don't like the Roman character?
I mean, it's genius. It's genius. Don't get me wrong. It's very genius and all, but it's going to get to a time that folks are going to get tired of it.
Well, they were begging and begging and begging.
And you're right. They was begging for him to turn heel. They was begging for it.
They're loving it. I think most people are loving it.
So and now, aside from Roman Reigns, because obviously, like, he gets a pop even as a heel. Usually, when you're a heel, you're supposed to get booed, but this guy is actually getting cheered. So, like, is there anybody else in the WWE right now that can carry the company on its back?
No, because they're all part-timers. Cena, Rock, Lesnar.
Well,
what about like current talent, like current active roster members? Like
you have to build them. The only way you can build them is Roman. And you were saying how long he's been a champion, but that's part of how you make him.
You're right.
Feel important. Like you have to, he can't lose the title to a nobody, or you know what I mean. Like he has to beat everybody. Eventually, yes, he's lose. He can't like win forever, but he has to win for long enough.
You have to also remember as well, like they've been experimenting with Roman for the last 5, 6, 7, like since WrestleMania 31.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
So I want to play a little game right here with you guys, and I'm gonna throw out the name of a wrestler, and in one word you have to describe that wrestler. Your thought on that wrestler. You guys ready?
Hit us.
All right. Wrestler or promoter? Sorry, it could be anybody that's affiliated with wrestling. But all right, Riddle.
Goofy.
Hysterical, man.
And Jake, I know you're not really much of a wrestling fan, but I would still want to hear what you could, just by hearing the name, like what your interpretation would be of it.
Probably, like quirky or just weird.
Got it. Okay. Brock Lesnar.
Intimidating.
Okay.
Ooh, boy.
See, got it. Man.
One word.
Legend. That's what I.
You said. I was about to say that.
He said pothead. I think he's talking about Riddle.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
maybe Lesnar too. Yeah, no, for sure.
dude, he looks even bigger. He doesn't look as, Lesnar came out and he looked awesome. I mean,
Yeah, I agree. He ain't even been on TV for about a year and a half.
He fits the bill.
That's
because
crazy.
when we see him, he looks a little bit out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, he has his different stages he goes through where he's a little bit shaped.
All right. Slim says Sable.
Oh wow.
Wow. Is that what you're going with?
Voluptuous.
Okay. Is Lesnar in here? No, I'm just kidding. I got another one. Paul Heyman.
A fucking genius.
So that's 2 words. All right.
A fucking I know that's 2.
All right.
A genius, man. A genius.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll refer to KBM and JMac on this one. I don't.
I'm gonna say walrus.
Walrus.
Oh wow.
All right. Goldberg.
Goldberg's
It's
my
all
guy.
silent.
I'm gonna say.
What did you say?
Overrated.
Old?
Overrated.
Over. Okay.
Forgotten.
All right.
Fans don't want to see him no more. So
Yeah, I was gonna say old too, but to be positive, he was dominant.
Oh, hey, tell it like it is, man. Whatever you want.
you got to show
Whatever
like that, man. No
It's
one
your
can-
opinion.
Now, if you
Keep
mean
it real, man.
if you mean just based on now, then it's not positive.
Yeah.
Okay, so negative,
But
man.
this was like 97, 98. Greatest thing of all time, man.
All right.
One of the greatest freaks.
All right. John Cena.
I mean, you have to like call the police or something here, or like report a missing person, or what? That's boy, that seems like one of those names that's very divisive.
Hey, say what you want, man. Good or bad.
I'm still going
I'm waiting
good.
for it. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I have 3 words, but
Let's hear it.
He's the second 16-time world champ.
I don't know if it's 1 word or 2 words, but I know it's 2 words, but they go together. Fruity Pebble.
Fruity Pebble.
Oh, damn.
All right, I'm gonna take it back a little bit, and obviously I'm gonna take it back. So hopefully everybody could chime in. So, The Rock.
Electrifying.
Pun intended. No pun intended.
talented.
Okay.
I can't really even think of a word for Dwayne Johnson. I don't know.
Really,
When he first came out, when he was like the baby face.
Yeah,
Some
folks
milk.
was feeling him.
Yeah.
And then the nation.
Macho Man.
Brother. No, that's more Hulk, but yeah, it still wasn't like one of his phrases like, oh, well. I've tried to think here because I've heard some of his phrases. He's very similar to Hulk, if I remember right, but macho.
Okay.
Macho Man, yeah.
All right, let's see here.
I'm gonna say
Rick Rude.
Rick Rude.
Rick Rude. I'm taking it back. I'm going back. So
Rick Rude is a great wrestler. I'll say he's
Great.
Sure. I have a name though to throw out.
sure.
Andre the Giant. Really, the only reason,
Behemoth. That's
Really, the only reason why I really kind of pulled this out is because I remember hearing, I was just watching like some old YouTube videos and stuff like that. But apparently, in one night, the dude drank 117 beers.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking insane.
I mean, he was 7'5", like 560 pounds, dude. I mean,
Right.
He chugged 117. Sheesh.
He should have.
Yeah. Like on the old days of when he was with David Letterman, like sort of when Letterman first started, he was one of like those guests, and it was just like, wow.
Imagine if he could have faced Yokozuna.
Damn. That would have been crazy.
Same Bay Area.
All right, I got one more, and then we'll hop on to the next subject. Bret Hart.
Technical.
Okay.
I think he's
technical.
He's smooth. He used to come out in those glasses.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's sharp. I'm gonna say sharp with that jacket, with that thing, like doing that. Like he was so confident, like doing that. Like he didn't have to have like this. He was a face that didn't need to be like, talk to the kids. He was just,
right.
Yeah, you just like him because he was tough, and he was, he just didn't even say that much. Well, he kind of did, but he didn't. I don't know. He just wasn't happy. He never had like a smile, but at the same time, he's like a crowd favorite, like a nice guy, right?
Yeah, for sure. Cool. All right. So the next subject I want to talk about is AEW. So obviously, All Elite, wrestling is pretty much like they have moved up, I think, in terms of ratings and just overall like popularity very fast. A lot of wrestlers that were former wrestlers of WWE have moved over to AEW. You have Cody Rhodes, you have Dean Ambrose, now known as John Moxley, you have Jim Ross. I think Taz is on there, right, as commentator.
Yep, Taz is on there.
Taz is on there. Jericho. Like the list goes on, but the most popular one right now is CM Punk. So he's always been one of those figures, ever since he left WWE, where people have constantly asked him when or if he's going to be coming back to professional wrestling, and he's always said no. I know he did his whole UFC thing, didn't work out well, but he ended up coming back to the world of pro wrestling. Like, aside, like what are your thoughts with Punk? I mean, obviously he got a huge pop, and a lot of people like him, but like, do you guys think that with him signing with AEW, that is going to put WWE out of business?
I'm not gonna say it's gonna put him out of business, but it's more like, CM Punk did not want to go back to WWE no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like he said for years, like if it's anything WWE related, I'm not fucking with it. Yeah, he was on WWE backstage and all, but he was working with Fox Sports. He wasn't working with WWE. So otherwise, I can't really come up and say it's gonna put him out of business, but more like it's getting them like kind of okay. Well, we should be a little concerned.
Okay. So would you categorize Punk, like his debut with AEW, as something that's it shook like the whole competition, like something that WWE needs?
I can say yes and I can say no. Yes, because it's like because for years people wanted to see CM Punk. He's now in AEW. He wanted to be there compared to WWE or whatever. And I'm gonna say no because for the fact that I mean, it's one of those things that like, okay, let's see if he still got it compared to 7-8 years ago, and let's see if this return to wrestling is worth it. So,
I mean, I'm trying to think of a good comparison. It would be like Nike or Jordans would be like WWE, like what would be a brand that would be like getting noticed, pretty popular, but not like a threat to be the number one.
Adidas, maybe?
Right. Right.
I could
Something
see something like Adidas, Puma, maybe.
Yeah, right. Something like that, right? So Nike's looking over like, so let's say Nike has Jordan. It would be like if, well, you know, if LeBron went back to, well, he never was with Adidas, right? LeBron.
No, I don't think so.
I don't-
He has a lifetime deal with Nike. So
If LeBron,
Yeah.
or let's say Giannis, went to Adidas, or something like that, it's like, would Jordan brand or Nike be threatened?
I mean, there'd be more competition, but I don't think it would.
It wouldn't threaten them.
Yeah,
Right. Jordan is so set in stone, right?
yeah.
It's just like it's not possible to.
So like, okay, I wanna focus on this too. Like, obviously, a lot of the wrestlers from WWE, a lot of legends and people who are kind of past their prime have transitioned over to AEW. So like, I hear the general like fan, when I hear them complain about like WWE, they're just like, oh, you guys are sending Oldberg and you're sending John Cena, all these guys that are in their 50s, and this is like their way of saying like WWE is out of touch, Vince is out of touch. But when you have like veterans that have been in wrestling for like nearly decades or 2 decades that are in AEW, but they're getting success, why do you think that is? Do you think it's because of the direction that AEW allows their wrestlers to kind of, build their own character, or do you think it's something else?
It's a mix of that, and also the thing with AEW, a lot of people fail to realize is like AEW, before anything, wrestlers like Jericho was still wrestling. So once he ended up leaving WWE, he was wrestling overseas in New Japan. So it's not like how they could bring back Goldberg and Goldberg ain't wrestled in years. Or they could bring John Cena back and John Cena has not wrestled since what, 28, 27? Excluding that match at Mania last year, what, 2 years ago, am I mistaken? You know what I'm saying? Like, this, people, just like I said, Chris Jericho, he still is relevant because he's still wrestling. It's not like he didn't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These names like Goldberg and Cena, they stopped and then they came right back or whatever. Like, I think the fans are just more like bent to, oh, you're still wrestling. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I could be wrong, but
Imagine if WWE tomorrow could get back all the talent, Jericho, anyone who's gone to AEW and from WWE, they could get them back. Would that make it amazing? It should on paper. It should on paper, but WWE does not know how to handle their talent.
No.
Create the stories.
Facts.
That's why those guys left. They don't know how to create the stories and
the creative control.
They keep
it's just like in sports in general. It's just like, yeah, sure, if you bring back certain players or like certain people, yeah, sure, your team looks awesome on paper, but at the end of the day, what it comes down to is the actual product, what you're actually spitting out, what you're actually scripting, what you're actually showing the people. And as long as AEW, granted, like you guys have said, and like I've been hearing, there's it's like Adidas, Nike, stuff like that. But as long as AEW continues the way they're going, it should at the very least make WWE kind of look back and be like, okay, they're coming a little stronger than I would like. Maybe we should try to step it up or do something different or try to.
It's also the little things that, I mean, they're not that little, but stuff like the backstage interviews. They're so piss poor. They're so corny and not believable.
Yeah.
Backstage. Remember, they used to have they need Samoa Joe. It's like, I'm coming to find you.
And Samoa Joe's promos is beyond
if
anyone's right now.
You actually believe he's searching for the guy in the back. Now they have these goofy, just cookie cutter, people with a microphone holding that they're just there to look pretty. Those girls, and they have no emotion whatsoever. They show zero emotion. If the person they're interviewing is mean to them, they barely react. If they make a joke, they barely react.
Right.
Like, that's part of the show. Like, you can't get invested. Like, you have terrible interviews. You have stupid segments. Like, if you waste time with the Miz TV stuff, like,
storylines and that.
It kind of seems like they're almost either trying to do too much or not enough. It's like,
I agree.
Because again, it's just like even going back
a long time. It's 3 hours, so it's tough.
Yeah, I understand that too, but it's just like it's not so much the time that you have; it's how you fill the time, and it's like a lot of sports kind of fall into this category where that's like trying to fill the dead air, like the dead space. How do you do that without watering the product down or making it unbelievable or just
because you got to make the mid-card matches feel important. You gotta make the lower guys feel important too.
Yeah, because that's kind of where the UFC kind of, in some respects, kind of takes that over too, or beats that too, is because a lot of the undercards, literally, you could like watch them on ESPN or Fox or whatever channel, and you could actually watch all of them, and then hopefully like the level like entices you to buy the pay-per-view of the main card, as opposed to just hyping up one match. But in reality, they kind of, there's like all these little mini matches and stuff that are just as important, like there's different classes, and then hopefully that entices you to go up to the big show, and then, pay-per-view.
The tag team division, that's totally dead. The tag team division is completely dead.
Yes, it is.
The only thing they've done right, besides Roman, like that's recently, but the only thing they've done right, like in the last 5 years, is like the women's division. And even then it's boring now, but like compared to like 10 years ago, it's obviously way better, like as far as the actual wrestling. The wrestling is legitimately good. Like
absolutely.
They use when they have Sasha Banks and what's her name, the new girl. Yo!
Hey, what up?
What's up, man?
Hey guys,
what up, Cole?
My name's Cole. What's going on?
What's
I see we're talking about wrestling.
Just talking about wrestling tonight, brother. How you doing, man?
Good. Thanks for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
Hey, anytime, man. I see you're a sneakerhead, looks like. You got those Space Jam LeBron 8s right there.
Kinda.
Okay.
So cool. Right, something tells me you're a LeBron fan.
A little bit.
There you go. Let me highlight you real quick.
Huh?
Let me highlight. What do you got back there, man?
Ooh.
Dang.
I don't know what you see.
Got a shrine.
Nice. Well, as a Jersey head, I see that jersey on the wall over there.
Got some adapts.
That's a nice setup, bro.
That's what's up.
Nice.
There we go. Getting used to the camera and shit, but
that's dope.
That's dope, man.
You should.
Cool.
This is my office right here, and got to show you guys the Kobe's.
Oh, there you go. Respect, man.
Happy Kobe Day yesterday. I had to definitely display these.
Yep.
Rez, I went to middle school with this guy.
Oh yeah, right on.
And one year of high school.
Yeah, I mean we pretty much grew up together.
That's what's up.
That's dope.
So, are you did you find out about my show through JMac, or are you subscribed to my channel, or how'd you find out about my stream?
Well, I just subscribed, but
hey,
JMac.
Appreciate
JMac
it.
told me to come on, that you guys have a good show, so I'm checking it out, and I'm like, yo, this is what's up. I like what you're doing.
Hey, I respect it, bro. Thank you so much, man. I'm real humbled by that. But I'm assuming you're a wrestling fan if you're tapping in. Am I wrong? I mean, are you like a sneakerhead? Or you just want to come in, like just say your 2 cents and pop out, or what? You got something you want to speak?
Well, I mean, if I talk wrestling, it's always gonna be about the good old days.
Good old days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Randy Savage days.
So, I mean, like when you were watching wrestling, like back then, like with Macho Man and stuff, like what got you to stop watching wrestling? Was it like you just got out of it, like grew out of it, or was it just something because you didn't like the way the direction was going, or how did that play?
Really, I just got into basketball. Honestly, I spent most of my time watching basketball, watching the Miami Heat. I'm from Miami, so I just remember I watched wrestling more towards middle school when it was the NWA and Hogan turned evil. I mean, I could not keep my eyes off that. watching my hero, who was always a good guy, turn bad and things like that. And I actually see that going on currently today with my favorite wrestler, Roman Reigns, I think his name is.
Yep.
Everyone hated on him when he was a good guy, and now he's the bad guy. And from my opinion, I think everyone's still hating on the guy, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, they're hating on him, but in a good way. Like there's two different hates. There's like, I hate this guy because he's doing his job so damn well, and then there's I hate this guy because he's not good at what he does, and I just hate him like more. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but like, yeah. And I think he's right now, Roman is one of those guys that was on both sides of the totem pole, but right now people hate him because he's doing his job, effectively.
Yeah.
So
didn't he win SummerSlam?
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he's currently the champion right now. Nice. I think he's been a champion since 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's.
No, not.
No, last year. He won the Clash of Champions last year.
Okay, yeah, I could be wrong because I don't follow like every week like I used to, but yeah, and I actually met Roman like years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find a picture, but like he's
a football guy, right?
Huh?
Roman. Did he played football?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he played at I think it was in Florida, right?
I think.
I don't remember.
Because he's from Pensacola, right, in Florida.
Oh yeah.
So I think he did play football.
Up to the independent, that Florida wrestling, right?
Yeah,
like,
Florida Championship Wrestling.
Right. Yeah,
wow, so he's from Florida. I live in Florida. I live in Jacksonville, so that's what's up.
Isn't that where they some of the development stuff is? Like for the wrestling, I think.
Yep.
What, you talking about AEW?
In Jacksonville.
They had during COVID, they had AEW here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they still have him here. But here's a picture of me in the Big Show as a kid.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Wow. You know what?
He had hair.
He had hair.
He had hair. Is that ponytail Big Show?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's funny because my picture actually popped up too as I was scrolling when I met him.
Nice.
I met him much later. Much later.
Baby Rez.
Wow, okay. All right. So I do like wrestling. I just don't watch it all the time. But
hey, and that's fair, man. That's totally fair. I'm the same way, man. The reason why I wanted to talk about wrestling tonight is because there's been a lot of things that have happened in the world of pro wrestling on both or different competitors like AEW and WWE. But, I wanted to get people's thoughts on it because right now, I don't know if you know who CM Punk is, but he's like a very, very popular wrestler. He's kind of one of those like anti-hero type guys that like just really tells it like it is. And, I think WWE right now is kind of concerned that he signed with AEW, but they're not trying to admit it. But, I just wanted to get people's thoughts on like the whole CM Punk thing with him, because the amount of like cheers that he got last week was it was insane. Like I haven't heard a pop that loud since like the early days, like the golden era of wrestling. And that's something you rarely ever see these days. But, what I want to know, like, is like in terms of AEW and WWE, obviously AEW is really winning right now in ratings. But like, what do you predict happening with both companies in say like 2 years from now? I know that's far ahead, but I think we could get a good gauge of.
Ask this guy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jay Matthew did it.
Yeah, sadly, I follow it every week. So,
well, to be fair, I follow this team every week too, so we both know Bang. But anyway.
There you go.
You know what though? I don't have much knowledge on AEW though. But
I don't either.
And yeah, because for me, it's like I already follow one. I'm not gonna follow two. It's like, it's like I don't really. need another one. You know, but I don't see it changing. I just don't. I think I don't know. It's like, remember how much it took for WCW? Remember how good WCW was? Remember before they got even before they got the WWF guys, before they got Hogan, Savage, Razor Ramon, all those guys, right? Before that, they were still very, very good and weren't even close to touching WWF.
Now, quick question for you guys, though. Do you think AEW is just going to be a flash in the pan thing, or do you think it's actually going to be like legit competition for the WWE in the future?
It's not.
Can I answer that, please? J Mac, I know you may not agree with me on this.
That's fine.
I think it is because of the fact of AEW is doing something that WWE does not have the balls to do. And I'm gonna tell you that. Okay. AEW has got what they call the forbidden door, meaning AEW is messing with New Japan, messing with AAA in Mexico, messing with NWA wrestling, messing with it's so many other fucking promotions. It had to be about 6 or 7 promotions they messing with right now compared to WWE, which would not want to do it, which I understand, but at the same time, I don't know, man. I mean, you got
when has that ever been popular in the mainstream, though?
I mean, that's a good question.
I mean, it might
a very good question, but it's the change that's compared to what it was years ago. I mean, shit.
I think AEW, maybe it has a chance to be like sort of our generation's favorite, right? Over WWE, but overall, is it gonna get every generation's? I think WWE is always gonna be that.
And I agree.
Yeah,
I agree on that.
Well, there's a reason why WWE's been around as long as
it's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess for the fan of us, not as in like children or anything else, but as in like us, we see it like, okay, well, AEW's for the people that loves pro wrestling. WWE, it's sports entertainment.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, it's like we appreciate both aspects, but it basically is all on what do you really like? You know what I'm saying? Folks like WWE, folks like AEW. I like both, but it needs to be something different that WWE can offer.
Did you guys ever watch matches from like the 80s?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so remember when they actually used to treat it like a legit boxing match?
Yeah.
Like the whole feel of it, right?
It almost seems like they should try to go back to actually like, instead of, as weird as it is to say, I wonder if maybe like going back to actually treating it like a wrestling match versus just, the flat out glitz and glam and stuff like that. If maybe that will kind of.
I don't know about that, because I was just going to say, I mean, it evolved to where it is now. Obviously, they can't try to pass it off as real. Back then, they were actually trying to pass it off as a legit sport, like something where people got hurt. And the winning and losing was not fixed. They legitimately were trying to pass it off and fool people.
I found it. That's my fault. This was taken with Roman.
Oh
wow!
This was back in 2014. So yeah, that was kind of a ways ago. But
when the Shield was just a year into it, yeah.
Oh, Eric Spoelstra. Eric.
So like, yeah, because so like with AEW, right? Like, I don't watch it every week, so like I'm not really familiar with like their tapings and like their brand. So like, maybe J-Mac or one of you guys could explain to me, do they have like SmackDown and Raw or in like an NXT? Like, do they have that, like different brands?
They just came out with a show called Rampage like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And also, it's like they got Dynamite on Wednesdays, which is on right now as we speak, I think. And they have Rampage to come on like at 10 o'clock every Friday. So
okay. And then do they have like pay-per-views like WWE did like on Sundays or Saturdays and stuff like that?
Not as many,
like,
right?
I think it's like four a year or something.
Takeover, right? Is Takeover one of them?
NXT or
NXT.
Yeah.
Like they have a pay-per-view coming out, I think September 5th called All Out. Which that was like the start, if I'm mistaken, of their pay-per-views. They're in a way I kind of say it's like their WrestleMania. Like is that and it's Double or Nothing, or it's like those two, and then can't think of the other two, but I just know it's like they have like 4 pay-per-views a year.
Got it. Yeah, I watched.
Big John was right. Yep, they got AEW Dark as well. So
that's what's up, because like I watched a few tapings of AEW. Like I think the last time I watched it was when the Japanese wrestler, what was her name, Rio, she was the champion, and I don't know if she's the champion anymore because I don't follow AEW like weekly and stuff like that. But like with the whole CM Punk thing, man, I mean they've got my attention. I was never really a Punk guy, but like just I appreciated his basically just being blunt, and telling stuff, like it is. And I'm actually curious to see where they're gonna go, because I know he's got that match with what's his name, Darby Allin, or he's like what was the whole thing with Sting? Like, is he gonna wrestle? Because I'm like, yo, he's like way too old, man, to be like wrestling. But what was it? Yeah, can you guys explain that to me?
I remember like 10 years ago he got hurt wrestling, right? Seth Rollins threw him into the turnbuckle, and that was a long time ago.
So
I remember that pay-per-view vividly.
He was
already, you're absolutely right.
Like he was already too old at that point. They missed the boat so many years with him versus Undertaker. They had to do that prior to that.
I was actually at WrestleMania 31 because they were over here at my hometown and Levi Stadium. But like, yeah, when I saw Sting come out and he was going up against Triple H, I was like, man, these guys, dude, if these guys had battled like when they were like in their prime, this would have been like an epic match. But like, dude, like seeing like Hogan and the NWO come out, dude, I'm like, these guys are like senior citizens, dude.
Yeah, I know.
What about Hogan versus The Rock? He was really old then when he fought The Rock.
Yeah. See, well, I mean, it was one of those things, but I think that Rock carried that match, like, and that whole feud, like, it was clear as day, man. Like when Hogan would do the leg drops, like, how much The Rock had to sell that thing, man, because like, it was just like, damn, dude. I mean, yeah, he had Hogan still had a physique, but like, damn, dude, he was like already like what in his like 50s, 60s,
killing himself.
Killing himself.
Like the dude can't even walk anymore. It's
like last I heard with like Hulk Hogan, it just kind of seemed like he was spiraling out of control. Like he left his wife, or there was something about cheating or this or that from like. Remember when he had like that reality show? What was that about? 10 years ago?
Hogan knows best.
Hogan knows best.
Yo, they took him off the website. Remember, he was like in the doghouse.
Yeah. He said some like controversial, like racial.
Yeah, they caught him.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to highlight some comments real quick because the comment box has been real active. Big John, he did say Roman did play football at Georgia Tech. Okay.
Oh yeah, right.
Clarifying. Paco says, "You are so right. Vince McMahon does not consider the WWE a wrestling company. AEW does."
Right.
Okay.
It seems like more of a brand than an actual wrestling company.
Right. Fontanova says the only reason WCW has his competition is because guys like Hogan, Savage, Hall, Nash were there and were beating WWF in ratings. Was that ratings? I think. Big John, yeah, sure, hop on, John, when you get the chance. And Paco says Tony Khan is smart. He's trying to come up with new compelling ideas for AEW while Vince McMahon is trying to recycle the same ideas.
Yeah, I would agree on that one.
Because I'm wondering, like, is like Vince like really like that like out of touch? I mean, does you
well,
would think,
to be fair though, he tried to resurrect the XFL, which actually was doing all right before COVID, but it's like back in the old days, he tried to market that as WWE with a football. Literally is what that was. WWE with a football, and that flopped horribly.
He's done everything. How how many different ideas can you come up with? He needs to hand the job over to someone else and let them do it. Like
He was gonna do that for Triple H, but now that
yeah,
I don't know what's going on with that.
Ridiculous. He obviously doesn't have the passion for it anymore. It's so visible,
Okay.
So
I think.
Yo, what's up, Phil?
Hey.
What's up, man? That's my buddy here, right? This is
the
biggest
CM Punk
best in the world CM Punk guy out there, man. But
yeah.
Well, this guy is. What's this guy's name?
Phil.
Phil.
Okay.
Yeah, Phil.
Hi,
So,
Phil.
Hey.
Phil, man, what's up? Like, I know you're a big wrestling guy. I know we went to WrestleMania 31, and you were like cheesing in my face when Seth cashed in his Money in the Bank. Like, he was there. Man. He was live. But like, what is your thoughts, man, with CM Punk coming back? Like, to
dude, when I watched the first time on the first episode, I was literally crying for 7 years, man. 7 years.
Wow.
I haven't seen him wrestle for 7 years.
I did too.
You got
tears in my eyes, man.
I did. Hey, that was
so like. So are you more? Would you affiliate yourself more with AEW or WWE, or are you like neutral? Like, where's your stance on it?
I'm in both right now, but I kind of like both already.
Okay. Obviously, with CM Punk like coming back, I'm thinking that you're super excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think WWE needs to do to kind of get their edge back? Like, I know we kind of briefly talked about it before you hopped on, but like, what are your thoughts? Like, what do you think they need to do to be back in competition?
Well, since Roman Reigns become I don't know how long he's been champion. Yeah, give someone a chance, man. He's been like defeating everyone.
Well, who do you want them to give a chance when everyone sucks? You know what I mean? Like, they have to make them popular.
Finn Balor. I give Finn Balor a chance.
Oh, man.
I agree.
I agree, man.
That's the closest thing. And plus, you got to remember.
Okay, so what was the whole deal with Finn Balor? Like, supposed to fight Reigns accepts, and then that falls apart. Like, what was that? Was that like a decoy or what?
No. You remember what happened last time when
he froze?
He relinquished his title. Balor had to relinquish his title. He haven't had a chance to win a title ever since he had I think there's some sort of a cancer he has.
Okay, so he's back now, right? Yeah. So like he's actively in the roster. So like, is that like potential match between him and Roman? Is that still in play, or was that just kind of
talking about the recent thing between Finn Balor?
I think that's gonna happen.
You still think that's gonna happen? Okay.
It's rumor. Clash of Champions. They may make that a thing next month.
But he's not. He hasn't been built up. It's just he comes out of NXT.
He just came out. He just came from NXT. Yeah. Okay.
It's like coming from the D League, and you're like, okay, I'm here. All right.
It's like coming from the D League.
Yeah, it's like
So like, if do you ever see WWE and like AEW or like them just kind of working together, or WWE working with other promotional brands? Because obviously you said AEW's got like what'd you call it, the fourth door?
Man, they didn't hit the forbidden door, man. But like work with other promotions.
I mean, they have like what 10, 15 people from WWE to AEW. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like you have Mark Henry, you have Big Show, you have Chris Jericho, Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, and then you have Sting, and then you have what's his name?
Aleister Black.
Aleister Black. Yeah, Aleister
Black guy who's so good in the ring, and they couldn't figure out what to do with him. So what does he do? He leaves. Like
he left.
They keep losing.
Nick doesn't know how to do with him.
Well, I think it's ownership on WWE. I think he's losing his touch again.
I mean, like I didn't understand half the time that WWE makes decisions. I don't understand. Like I don't understand why they got rid of the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
So dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bray Wyatt is gonna be in AEW as well.
Yep.
Right, but I mean, the point that I'm making though is like, why is WWE getting rid of these top talent stars like Bray Wyatt? You know, why did they got rid of Braun Strowman? You know, they got rid of.
Part of the reason why.
Got rid of Samoa Joe, but he's not in NXT now.
He's not a job. He's not.
The only thing I can think of,
the last match he had was WrestleMania. That's it, and then he's gone. He's like, okay.
They're like a giant corporation cutting costs.
Yeah.
But they don't need to. They're so rich. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Dude,
makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, it's like, because there's a reason why all these big names, that were WWE stars are moving to AEW.
Yeah.
You know what?
There's a reason why.
I mean, what? Also, they're so cocky and arrogant that they're like, it might be strategic. It might go to AEW, become a better star, build your character, and we'll bet they will come back to us.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, that too.
I guess that would be kind of dope.
Yeah, no, that would be super dope.
Everyone wants to ask to come back eventually.
Yeah,
because the money that can be offered.
Well, yeah, I mean, because how much is WWE worth? Like, do you know that, or
let me see? I'm not.
It's got to be billion. It's got to be close to billion or so, if not. Just because of the name, the rights, licensing and all that stuff. I mean, it's got to be pretty big.
So it says that WWE's net worth currently is above $5 billion.
Yeah.
The salaries of WWE performers remain an intriguing topic.
The product keeps getting worse, but the merchandise sells. Stuff like that.
Well, case in point, it's just like football or like sports, There's the reason why the NFL is like arguably the biggest sport in the world as far as money and all that stuff is concerned, because they know how to market and brand, while still keeping stuff fresh enough that makes you want to come back to it and buy more of it, therefore putting more money in their pockets and therefore making them, this, that, and the other thing. That's where like the business side of the WWE and all that stuff is big, because, well, Vince McMahon is definitely a marketable name. I mean, not even with just, the
and Shane, they have Shane. He can take it over. Shane can take it over.
Yeah.
If Triple H doesn't take it over, it'll be Shane. Right?
So like with NXT, like obviously that's like their basically D League, so to speak.
Yeah, kind of
professional wrestling. But like, do you think that is the only thing that's saving WWE right now, like the WWE, or do you think that WWE desperately needs to do something else on top of that to keep them afloat?
They don't need to do anything, but we desperately want them to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So like what would you guys like to see like in the world of professional wrestling? Like obviously a lot of people wanted CM Punk to come and he showed up, but like if you could choose, like if you were like Vince McMahon or the CEO of AEW, like what would you do to visually attract like the fans and stuff?
More steroids.
More steroid? Oh
my God, too little these days, man. They got these little guys running out there, man.
Yeah, bring back Andre the Giant,
I will say that's one of the reasons why I don't get excited about like AEW. It's because like Young Bucks, it's like I look like the Young Bucks ass, like
they are tiring. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That
they are tiring.
They're very good. They're really good. It's like the match is really good. Intense.
I keep hearing about the Young Bucks, and then like I remember when all those.
Dude, no, I want to see. I want to see Kenny Omega versus CM Punk. That's all I want to see.
I just said that to somebody at work today.
I mean,
that's what I want to see.
That would be the man. That match will be one of the most greatest matches ever.
Yeah, it would be a lot of money though.
Yeah, and know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. And I know I don't know if y'all follow like Dave Meltzer or whatever, but personally, if that match would go down and it'd be a hell of a match, I can see Meltzer hitting, it's a 5-star, it's a 6-star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how they did Kenny Omega's matches in New Japan. For him now, the first ever 6 and 7-star rating match in AEW, which is not AEW, but New Japan, which is crazy. So,
and yet, as great as it might be, I think it's gonna remain the J. Cole of wrestling.
Yeah,
it's just gonna be excellent quality, but it's not gonna be the same mainstream success as Drake.
Yeah,
despite being higher quality. It's not gonna matter. I mean, it's gonna matter. It's gonna get them success, but it's not gonna get them WWE success.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
but also, like, kind of spinning that question: do you think the AEW wants to be the WWE, or do you think they just want to be their own thing? And if it happens to go up with WWE or become as big as it, so be it. Or what do you think about that? Do you think the AEW is trying to be the WWE, or do you think they're trying to be its own thing?
They're trying to be their own thing, differently, like.
They trying to separate themselves really from like sports entertainment and pro wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, for AEW, it feels like PG. I'm kind of say PG rated, PG-14-ish, and then you have the WWE kind of like rated PG for kids. I mean, yeah.
Are they still PG though? Because I heard like them like say some like vulgar language, like they're like
a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, so I was like, is that? I don't know if they're PG. I think they might have upped the rating to like.
They did.
They did.
Remember, Goldberg was like, he just did it in his promo versus Lashley.
Right.
Like, Lashley, that's bullshit.
Yeah, and it wasn't censored or anything. So I was like,
really?
Yes.
They're saying bullshit. They're saying.
I mean, never in AEW. You should say that bomb sometime.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't know. You know who was
like
all the kids. Oh
my god,
that's so cool. He just said bullshit. You know,
I really don't like Goldberg.
Oh, please, it's not like they haven't heard it at home anyway. But anyway,
I know, but for them, they like it. I guess.
I swear to God, if I see another Goldberg match every single year, like Vince McMahon would put a ton of money into our show.
I right now, like I don't see like WWE doing something like that will make them the king of the crop when it comes to pro wrestling. Like I think what they're gonna have to do at this point is just accept the fact that they're not the only wrestling promotion out there that's gonna be reigning, week after week after week. I think now they really have to consider working with other brands and really just overall shaking it up. I think like we're having like a war, like like the Monday Night Wars and stuff. I think we're gonna have to do something like that in order for them to.
Well, I heard one idea which was interesting. Remember MTV?
Yeah.
So it was compared to that. How it used to be all music videos, right? And then it became literally just like low quality TV shows. And
like reality TV, but not quite the good reality TV.
Yeah, they phased the videos out where it was part-time videos. They had the total top 10 countdown, whatever. And then literally it was like no videos. It's like, and until it became like MTV's not MTV anymore. It's just nobody even watches MTV. Like, but it used to be the most cool thing.
Well, I sometimes watch MTV for like ridiculousness, but that's about it, really. It's just like, it's just.
So will WWE start? Will WWE start making some? They already have one, right? With
everybody, meet Kitten. Kitten, say hi.
What up, Kitten?
Hey.
What's going on, Kitten?
My little quarantine kitty.
Yeah, I can make a joke about something like that right now, but
I bet.
My show is PG, Jake.
No, I'm not
going. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, like, yeah. So with the wrestling stuff, man, like, I think that we all have like our own perspective on the whole like pro wrestling thing. Like honestly, like for me personally, like I just have to accept the fact that wrestling is never gonna be. I'm never gonna get that same feeling that I did when I was like, in junior high school or
Should we though at our age? Should we?
Dude, I mean, the same thing goes for like the wrestlers, dude. Like, can you imagine like Undertaker? Like,
he's retired, man.
Like, he's like what now? Like, he's got to be like in his 60s, dude.
Let me check the age real quick.
And he's like, he's still doing the promos, like he's doing the rest in peace and wearing all the makeup and bells and whistles and stuff like that. But like
56.
56, bro. 56.
Okay, so he's getting up there, man, and like. Yeah. It's like Ric Flair, dude. Like he's still,
Oh, that's right. Ric Flair got to be
Hey, it's a rumor that he may wrestle one more time.
No.
Look, hear me out. It's a rumor that he will wrestle Sting one more time.
No.
What are you talking about?
If that happens, I don't know if I can support it.
So what would that be like? Oh, my back! Oh,
man, I don't know how that would work.
Like before they walk into the ring, or what?
That would be insane if that happened.
No.
Oh man.
No.
Just like grab their walkers or something to start swinging at each other, or what?
I don't know, man. He was at AAA a couple weeks ago with because Charlotte's dating what's his name?
Andrade.
Yeah, and he had a match with Kenny Omega for the AAA title and all, and he went with Ric Flair went with Andrade and actually was put Kenny Omega in a figure 4. So seeing that, and they're talking about him doing one more match, I'm like, I don't know.
Well, it's over.
Well, let me
That's
check.
great.
I mean,
it's insane, man. I can't.
Yeah, now every time I hear the name Ric Flair, I can only think of like one thing, and it has nothing to do with wrestling.
Woo!
Although, actually, that's a Carolina Hurricanes goal.
Woo! Oh, wow.
I mean, yeah, dude. Like, a part of me like wants to see, like, doesn't want to see that happen, but there's also a little part of me like.
The dude was in the hospital already. Come on.
I'm telling you,
bro.
Have him do that milk crate challenge.
Oh, my God.
Milk crate challenge?
Oh,
put him on that shit. See what happens.
Man, I think we make it to the 3rd crate.
Wow.
Yeah, my clumsy ass would fall off right away in like the 2nd one.
Yeah.
Hey, I have another guest on here. I want to get their thoughts right quick. I
can bounce out or whatever.
Well, let me just switch them off, man. If you still want to chime in,
I can go if anything.
Yeah, give me a second, man. All I got to do is hold up. I'll just let me see if I can do this real quick. So Cole, I know you're still in the waiting room, man. If you still want to chime in, I'm gonna have my guest speak real quick, and then vice versa, man. But if you got to bounce, I totally understand, bro. I can't really hear. Oh, I can't hear you. All right, man. Hey, thank you for tuning in, Cole. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the subscription, man, and thank you for sharing your collection with us, bro.
Yo, Rez.
Yeah.
As you saw, he's a sneakerhead.
Yes.
Huge sneakerhead. So when we were talking about the whole sneaker game and how it's out of control, you got to talk to that guy about you got to talk to him about
Absolutely. But
trying to get the new releases every time something drops, because he's like on it every time.
Absolutely.
Wow, really?
I'm telling him, like, what the fuck? It's so ridiculous.
But real quick, man, I want to salute to the homie Big John. What's up?
Big John?
What up, brother?
Guys, I saw y'all was talking about wrestling. Shout out to Big Slim, man. He messaged me up earlier. I was like, you know what? Rez is talking about wrestling. I gotta hop on, man. And
all right,
I was watching AEW Dynamite, man.
Yeah, same here, man.
I love AEW, man.
Same here.
Cool, man.
Oh yeah.
I went to one of AEW's very first shows when they came to South Haven, Mississippi, man, and it's crazy that how far they came along. I remember seeing Kenny and Hangman against Private Party, and seeing Cody and Dustin against the Lucha Brothers, and Moxley smashing the Bubbly over Jericho's head, which I got the live version on my YouTube channel. Check it out.
Nice.
I also got the live version of Moxley smashing the Bubbly over Jericho's head. But I love what the company's doing. This is how big AEW is. Even my 83-year-old grandfather loves AEW.
Oh wow!
Nice.
That's what's up.
Kudos.
He still watches WWE, but even he told me, he was like, "Man, I love what." He told me, he said, "Son, I love what AEW's doing." And I've been a fan of AEW since they first came on. Jericho and Omega, and since then, I've been following them. And I just love what they're doing. They brought my passion back for wrestling. Honestly, if they weren't around, I would have stopped watching a while back.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love WWE. Like I said, I'm a fan, but I just got tired of being slapped around by Vince.
That seems to be the sentiment with a lot of old WWE fans. It's just like the product just went way too either mainstream or downhill, or they're just trying to cater to either too many people or not enough people. That's just the unfortunate side of sports like that, or just things like that in general. Because kind of real quick here, that's kind of the way NASCAR was too. Like back in the early 2000s, I mean, it was everywhere. I mean, I was as big of a Jeff Gordon fan as I am a Vikings fan. But then about 10 years or so ago, it just woof. So it's kind of it seems like the same thing with WWE. I mean, 80s, 90s, it's just that was the heyday. Even up until the early days of Cena, and then that, and then it just over the last, I'd say 10 years or so, it's just become almost too mainstream to the point where it's it lost what made the WWE the WWE.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me, personally, I think what kind of turned me off a little bit was just it becoming, how you mentioned mainstream. I think for me, it just got so oversaturated where it was too much. Because back in the day, I remember they'd have Velocity on the weekend, on Saturday. They'd have Sunday Night Heat on Sundays. Then they'd have Monday Night Raw. Then they had SmackDown. Those 4 shows for me was good. That was good enough for me. But then now you start having these reality shows on the WWE network. You have
it's just
that's what's kind of fucking it up.
It's almost going more Hollywood than wrestling.
Right.
Sports entertainment.
Same thing with ESPN. It's just or SportsCenter, or even that too. It's just they've just lost so much because of all these streaming sites, and you say with the AEW coming in and stuff like that too. People actually now have a choice in the fact, and a lot of them are seeing that WWE just it isn't the same anymore. So now they actually have choices to go and watch AEW or even some of the lower stream and actually get more of a genuine wrestling fix versus a Hollywood with a ring, basically Hollywood reality show with a ring.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. What you just described is basically what CM Punk basically said last week, as in professional wrestling. People want to see boom, there it is, CM Punk right there. People wants to see professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have that shirt.
If you want a shirt, a Hot Topic when it first came out.
Yeah, dude, I have that since day one.
And I heard his new shirt got sold out extremely.
It broke the website, man.
I tried to get it as long as I
Not just that, it was a line in United Center so long, man, I don't know how they could have handled it. Yep. For the shirt and ice cream bars.
That's crazy, dude.
8, 9 years ago.
Where my CM Punk ice cream bar?
I gotta say something about it. I'm not gonna lie. When CM Punk came out, people got on that guy for crying. But listen, I was with him, man. I I myself was crying. I'm not gonna lie.
I was crying too, man.
As a wrestling
I
fan,
cried too. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
I waited 7 years.
Same here, bro. Same here.
I've been a Punk fan since WWE ECW, since
ECW?
06
Yeah,
when
I
he
know that
came
match.
on, and when he beat my good friend Justin Credible. Me and Justin Credible, we actually talk sometimes, and he meant, yeah. People made fun.
They're trying to find it.
They're
trying to find that man right
I was
now.
crying.
Oh wow.
They're trying to find him and get him like tickets to I think some AEW shows if I ain't mistaken. Like I read like a little article about it. I gotta find it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer even posted it.
Dreamer.
Dreamer's a good dude, man.
Dreamer, man. Hey, salute to House of Hardcore, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
For
I
sure.
ask about Dreamer sometimes when I talk to Sabu, and I talk to some of those ECW guys. Like me and Justin Credible, we haven't really talked in a while. Like he was supposed to come here for a show, but him and Hornswoggle ended up not showing up. It was crazy.
Hold up, somebody's trying to get in, but it says device not connected.
You can knock me off.
Well, I don't even think I could get him on, J-Mac, because it says here that he has to set up his device before I can let him in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is that kid trying to get in?
No.
But Rez, I gotta tell you though, man, people get on AEW. What I love about AEW is the ranking system. It's the fact that wins and losses matter. That's something I really love.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like how they have like their record like on the website and stuff.
Yeah.
The
ranking.
I saw that. That's pretty dope. WWE used to do something like that too.
Right?
They would do like a power ranking like every week or something like that, and I thought it was dope. Like that was cool because it made it feel like a legit like record. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not to say that what their record is now is not legit, but it's like they're actually keeping tabs on like the amount of wins, losses, and like draws or whatever that they have. So, all right. So pretty much I kind of went over everything that I wanted to discuss, like in terms of, professional wrestling and stuff. But do you guys have any topics that you want to throw out there that we could discuss? Because
does it have to just be wrestling, or can it be
anything?
Like, anything?
Well, for this week, I want to focus on wrestling.
Okay.
Just because I wanted to dedicate a segment to this. But if you guys have something else in mind, I mean, we could talk about that too.
Okay, let's talk about Brock Lesnar.
I was gonna quick ask you, what are your thoughts on like the upcoming NFL season coming up?
I am hyped, man.
I'm hyped, bro.
I'm ready.
United won. United won that.
I'm ready, boys.
Lance, man.
What teams well, I should ask though, like real quick, what teams are you guys? Well, obviously I know Rez.
I'm actually, so aside from my Niners, I'm actually really curious to see how Green Bay is going to play, because I know Aaron Rodgers, man, is like, I know I'm just curious to see what Aaron Rodgers does, man, because I keep hearing all this stuff like,
oh, I know
he's going to be coming with a vengeance. But
well, yeah, that's why they said last year and he became the MVP. So yeah, trust me, as a Vikings fan, I'm not looking forward to that either.
Mm-hmm. I'm with Jake, and I'm a Bears fan.
Ooh,
Chicago Bear. Wow.
But I don't. Ooh, you know what? I like
maybe the only
more than I like Green Bay. That should tell you something.
I'm a Browns fan.
The Browns.
Hey, would you look at that? You're actually. Well, I mean, that's a thing, though. It's like the Browns are no longer a joke.
It used to be.
I was shocked. I was actually really shocked that the Browns, and no offense, KBM, but I was like really shocked to see them like up there. They were actually on ESPN.
None taken because over the past for years we've been fuck ups, but now it's like we actually got people conversating about us.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting season, and I'm actually really excited to see how this turns out, because like I honestly don't see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning back to back. As good as Tom Brady is, I just don't see it.
I mean, because the NFC this year is going to be tough regardless too. Because like you said, if the Packers are what we think they will be, they'll be in the mix. I could see the Vikings being in the mix. I can even see the Bears realistically, if they could go on a run with Fields, being in the mix. Unfortunately, as a Vikings fan. But I mean, the NFC North, I mean, they still have to get out of the NFC North, which is not going to be a guarantee this year either.
Right.
And plus, like I said, with your Niners too, I mean, hell, literally, we saw what happened, you know, with like a healthy, like when your defense is healthy, you're a Super Bowl caliber team. It's just you guys were injured by week 7. So well, it's like.
I would have said week 2, but okay.
Well, everyone was injured by week 7, but like week 2 is really when it kind of snowballed.
That was an all-around nightmare, I think.
So it was that one time when they were at the Super Bowl. Oh man.
Snacks.
Oh man.
NFL college football officially starts. Way more exciting. Damn.
Go Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Eating your Cheerios.
Hey,
throwback king, bro.
Throwback. Go Buckeyes. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. So I mean,
Word like wristbands, bro.
As long as we stay healthy, man. As long as Jimmy G does not get hurt again to that effect of
And I still think you guys would be better off with Trey Lance just because he has a little more mobility. But yeah, hey J-Mac, are you an NFL fan at all?
I actually never have been. So
yeah,
I'm gonna join you guys for another episode because I have zero knowledge of football.
That's basically how I felt with WWE. But
my two obsessions since childhood: basketball, specifically NBA. And wrestling. So
so I was gonna end the stream, but I wanted to get people's thoughts if they wanted to talk about anything wrestling related before.
I'm good. But so I'll see you on the next one. All right.
J Mac, before you go, man, where can we find you at, bro?
J Mac the Fanatic, YouTube and IG. Use the underscores for IG.
Oh, okay.
JMac_the_fanatic. All right.
Right on, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Salute, bro.
Yeah. Did you guys have anything that you guys wanted to talk about, like from the wrestling end, or you guys have any like final hoorahs that you want to say? Speak your piece.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, the trailer, man.
About the movie, we'll save that for another. Yeah, we'll save that for another day because that's that's another thing I wanted to talk about. There's a lot of movies that are coming out like that I kind of want to share my thoughts on because I know
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, that's another one too.
Ghostbusters. I heard they're gonna release the Matrix trailer soon. Not sure when.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. They're doing another Matrix movie, and then also they're doing a Cowboy Bebop live action. Which is
yeah.
I'm stoked.
Really?
I can't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Never really got into anime that much though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, I'll save that for a different day. But if you guys are interested, definitely check it out, dude. Cowboy Bebop is doing a live action on Netflix, and it's gonna be premiering in November. So
November 19th, I believe. Let me check.
Yeah, one of those days, man. But real quick before I end the stream, man, is there anything you guys wanted to say before I kind of end the stream and conclude tonight?
CM Punk is the best in the world.
Spoken like a true Punk fan. I got it.
It's
Yep.
gonna be interesting for a couple weeks in wrestling, man.
Yeah.
I can honestly say
it's gonna be interesting just in sports in general, like. With all the sports seasons coming up, like football, college football coming up, and then we're only about a month off.
Wrestling is the topic, people.
Wrestling is a topic, people.
It's hard. It's hard to. I know we get distracted because I got to do a better part in doing that because I wanted to dedicate this segment just to wrestling, but I know we're all into different things. Like I know, like I said, a lot of people follow me because of my jersey stuff, but like. I'm also a wrestling fan. We're also wrestling fans. We're also, sports fans, and we're into like dope.
Yeah, like I say, I definitely would love to see like the WWE, or like even AEW or like these like smaller wrestling leagues, become popular, become more mainstream and become more, out of the shadows, I guess, just because competition's good for everything, not just, that's just with life in general, because it's like, if there's no competition, just like no different from the jersey game, from the shoe game, from the wrestling game, from the hat game. I mean, you name it, it's competition breeds the best in people. And if you can't, handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. So it's just like with, stuff in general, it's just like Slim. I freaking love Slim. But
anyway. The one shirt I'm missing at AEW is the Street Fighter one.
The
one with Gaio.
Yeah, I don't know what that. So let me ask real quick before I start concluding everything. Like, do you guys like wear like wrestling merch? Like, do you guys collect merch? I know KBM does, and I know we all got our.
I thought collecting WWE shirt.
Not like I said, I don't really collect wrestling stuff, but you can clearly see the stuff that I collect. Like just sort of hanging out throughout my room and stuff. Not even just with like my jerseys and stuff, but that's another big hobby I'm into.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get into some more belts.
Yeah,
and shirts.
Hey Josh, are you going to Stockton by any chance?
You know what? I was thinking about it, man. I'm not sure because like with COVID cases being high, but isn't the NWO going to be there or something? Or
yeah, and Booker T going to be there too.
Oh wow!
Damn.
Wow,
that's solid.
Yeah, I'd love to go, man, but I'm kind of concerned with the COVID cases and stuff, man.
And Delta variation too.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rez,
what's up?
Besides collecting jerseys, I'm also a big wrestling trading card collector, man, and
I have
you
a lot
want
of
to check out
play.
my collection, man. I got binders.
Oh,
I got WWF, WWE cards. I got WCW. I even got TNA, man. And when AEW's cards come out, man, I'm gonna be getting those too. I think they're coming out. I think in November or somewhere like that. I can't remember. But Upper Deck is actually making those cards, so I'm pretty excited about that. And thank you, Big Slim, man. DDPY, man.
Yo, I heard that. The DDP yoga, man, is truth, man. I know a lot of people that do it, and they're losing a lot of weight. So,
bro, I can wear this shirt because of DDP, man. I can even wear this, even though this shirt is real snug on me. I can still wear it.
Yeah, I still have it. Wait, how many CM Punk shirts do you have right now?
Right now, let's see. I got one shirt with the two fists from 09. I got the the 2011 shirt he wore. When he was facing John Cena.
Oh, the one with the
best in the world and the
best in the world. That one.
You know what? Hold on. Let me put it right here.
I have so much WWE stuff, man, but a lot of it's in the vault, man. I mean, I have. Obviously, I'm a big Cena guy. I've been looking for some vintage Cena hats. So.
I'm hoping you're getting the John Cena shirt, the 16th Nintendo.
Well, you know what's crazy? That shirt, dude. Like, it's not online. The only thing they have is this like special edition, and it's like $1,000, dude. I'm like, I'm not paying $1,000. It's nice. I was like, yo, where's the shirt? Oh, that's dope.
That's dope.
Check this out, the old WWE logo. Check out the back.
Nice. That's CM Punk.
Now this next shirt is real famous.
Here, let me highlight.
Oh, I have that one.
Yeah, I know that shirt from anywhere.
I love that shirt. I have that one.
That's the iconic.
I have that.
Best in the world. Of course. The shop tag.
Yep. That too.
Nice.
Man, I love pro wrestling, man. And I'm one of those fans, man. I'm loyal until I get slapped in the face,
Yeah, I hear you.
At the same time, as Jake put it, competition is good. And honestly, people talk about WWE, but look at when WCW went under. Vince created competition within Raw versus SmackDown. Heck, the video games were awesome back then. I mean, come on, man. Now the WWE 2K games, you want to talk about WWE's current product? Heck, the video games matched it. 2K broken.
Yeah.
But honestly, 2K22, I've been seeing the videos. I've been following it. I know it's coming out in March. So by then, I'm going to see how it goes. I'm not going to be quick to buy the game. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see what everyone, I'm going to see what everyone says, and then I'll decide. But I know one thing. AEW's video game's going to be out soon as well.
You're going to add CM Punk soon. I know when.
And the people that made No Mercy for N64, they're working on it as well. So
wow,
pretty hyped. That's gonna be solid.
That's dope. That's dope.
So dude, my wrestling.
The last wrestling game that I purchased was like, I think it was like SmackDown versus Raw 2008, dude. That was like that was like the last wrestling game that I purchased for my console, man.
Okay,
here comes the pain.
Yes, I was just about to say my favorite wrestling game.
The pain.
Here comes the pain for sure.
Okay, here it is. There's my CM Punk shirt.
Oh,
yo, what SummerSlam shirt is that with the Lesnar logo? What is that one?
That's CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar in 23rd. Let me check. It's a CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. You remember that one?
Who won that? Was it Punk that won, or did Lesnar win?
It was Brock.
Lesnar won because Paul Heyman distracted CM Punk, and he got F5.
That's a dope shirt. You know what? Here, I'm gonna show you guys a new pic. I wanted to wear this, but it didn't come in yet. But I ordered this on eBay for $11.99, and this shirt is fire, dude.
Oh shit! I'm excited to see this one.
I personally think it's dope because I'm fans of both of these guys, but it's kind of cool since they're coming back.
Oh, nice!
Shit.
Oh man!
But it's this is the shirt that they wore at WrestleMania 31, Phil. I don't know if you remember.
Let's see. Yeah.
That's when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank and he took the title. But I'm looking. There you go. Taking it back.
He got it. Big John got it, man.
Guys, I still got my PS2 hooked up, man. That's why
two of the best wrestling games.
Your PS2 still alive?
That dude. Here Comes the Pain was like, I love that game. Dude. The storyline was just like, I love that.
The gameplay was incredible.
Is it me or Brock Lesnar has a ponytail?
No, he does. He's got like an onion head right now.
Rez,
there you go.
My childhood, man. Batista, John Cena, man. Yep. I'll never forget, man. When Batista won the world title. Don't get me wrong. I love John Cena, man. The throwback jerseys.
I'm hoping 17 times, man.
Fan, man. And when he won the title from Triple H, I was so happy, man.
Same.
We would never get to see John Cena become 17 times.
But I gotta say though, John Cena's reason I became a Jersey head as well.
I didn't wait for 17 times
back in 04.
Break the record.
We're on the same. We're on the same boat, bro. That's exactly what got me in the Jersey game, man. Like, if you didn't grow up in the 2000s, like watching wrestling,
or just pop culture in general too. Like,
that was my favorite. That was like one of my favorite moments in wrestling history was when that whole ruthless aggression era.
Eddie won in the championship, man. I'll never forget. That was when I started watching wrestling too. Was in 04, and I remember Eddie and Mania 20 and all that, man. At the end with the world title, and I'm not gonna really get into, but it was awesome, man. Raw was awesome. Seeing guys like Randy Orton, becoming the youngest world champion, man. I was a huge Randy Orton guy as well. But
and now he became an RKO bro.
I'm an edgehead. And
Ric Flair winning the Intercontinental title in 05.
Now, y'all want to talk about cool, man. Carlito.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. I'll never forget when he won the
whole effing show you did
the United States
Championship
the RVD, Cena, man.
Would say LL.
Wow.
Legends of WrestleMania.
Imported by
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
Dude, I'll never forget, man, when Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit both won at that WrestleMania, man, and they had all that confetti. That was like such an emotional night, man. Like,
bro, I'm getting goosebumps.
And their history.
Yeah, and that was like honestly that for me, to me was like a moment where I shed a tear, dude, because like I was fans of both of them, you know, when they were still around, and like we all knew they were two of those wrestlers that we knew that they had like a friendship behind the curtains. Yeah. So it's like for that to kind of like sit with the fans, like that really hit in a certain way.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it was just an awesome time, like to be a fan, and then like obviously you had like Lesnar and that Goldberg match, which was like very like
Goldberg
booed him out.
You know,
everyone booing him.
Well, I mean, because dude, if you look at the time, like Goldberg was like basically just doing it for the money. Like Lesnar was he had one foot out the door because he was gonna do NFL, and it was just like nobody they didn't even care, dude. And then like to have Stone Cold as like the special guest referee was just like you couldn't have a fair match, dude, because we were just waiting for them to get stunned, get the stunner or whatever. So it was just kind of like it would have been better if they like were both still with the company, and trying to sell tickets, but it was one of those things that just didn't sit well, man.
Yeah, like the part when Goldberg fight Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. No, what was it? Who was the one at WrestleMania?
Do you guys have like a favorite wrestler right now, like in both brands?
WWE right now? I would say.
Yeah.
What's that one guy?
It's between Finn and Samoa and WWE. Because I'm a either or. I mean, Finn Balor.
Darby Allin.
He's an AEW though, right?
He's an AEW, bro.
Okay.
Dude, I watched his match. It's really intense.
What about what's his face?
Sting and Omega and Chris Jericho, John Moxley. Yep.
So real quick, I gotta ask this: what are your thoughts on like the women's division now in pro wrestling? You guys think that it's better? Do you think
you mean SmackDown or Raw?
Just in general, like overall.
Okay.
I don't know.
Bianca Belair's got an ass kick within 5 seconds. Okay. She's been holding the title for like almost 4 months. It's fine.
Yeah, because I haven't really followed it. Like, to be honest with you, like I know Becky Lynch came back, and then I heard
Bianca Belair.
Yeah, and then I heard she became a heel like the next morning or the next day. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. So,
how? That's my question.
It's all about the script, No,
I know that, but like how? Like, what's the whole like planning behind that? That really doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, for Becky Lynch, or
like it just she was
heel. She's a heel.
Is it because of like Sasha Banks? Like
because Sasha Banks is anti-vaccinated, so she is anti. So she asked.
I love Sasha.
I know, but she is anti-vaccination, so pretty much everyone's like concerned about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say. Like, I don't really follow the women's division like that. You know what I mean? But I respect it, but I don't really have any like. There's not really any like female wrestlers that really stand out to me, other than like Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss. Like those are like the only three that really stand out to me. And Bayley
and Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair.
Rhea Ripley.
I don't know, man. It's interesting because like the women's division has evolved so much. I think for the better, because like back then it was all about like bra and panties matches and like all those like crazy like, just random like promos, dude.
Hey Rez, since we're talking about the women's division and you mentioned WrestleMania 20 earlier, remember when Molly Holly had her head shaved bald against Victoria?
Yes.
Dude, she sacrificed her hair for a match at WrestleMania, man.
Jeez.
That's how, but look at them now. There's women's Hell in a Cell matches, and, it's crazy. And honestly, I love women's wrestling, man. It's awesome. You know, AEW's got a great women's wrestling. You know, Sheeta and Dr. Britt Baker and Red Velvet and Ty Conti and the Bunny, and there's so many great wrestlers. There's another one, legit Layla Hirsch. It's so good. And I mentioned AEW Dark and Elevation. Look at all the new talent, and not to mention you're getting it free on YouTube, and on Dark and on Elevation you get to see Moxley and Bad Boy Joey Janela and all the talent, man. It's awesome. It's brought my passion back, and I look forward to it. Yep, I agree. That's why Molly Holly's in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
She believe it or not, she helped a lot of the women. She helped Trish Stratus and so many of them.
Right.
Same thing with Ivory as well. Ivory,
yeah. She was another one. I think like between those like divas back in the day, like Trish Stratus, Stacy Keibler, Sable, you had like Tori Wilson, and just like even Chyna, man. I mean, rest in peace to her, but like, they were pioneers of the women's division back in the day, man.
I agree.
So they really set the bar. All right, guys. Well, I'm pretty much gonna call it a night with this stream and this episode right there. But I really do want to thank everybody that has tuned in tonight to kind of just share your thoughts. And do you guys have any like final words that you guys want to say? I'm gonna highlight you guys individually, and then you guys can plug your page, or if you want to say something. So with you, Big John.
Hey guys, check out my YouTube page, Big John 75. I got some AEW. When I went to the show last January 2020, I took some videos, and y'all check them out. And also, I also do Jersey videos, and y'all check that out as well. And I gotta say real quick, I'm so happy with all the different wrestling companies. WWE, AEW, NWA Power, Impact. Japan. There's just so many options, and it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. And I say, here's how I look at it. At the end of the day, I say just enjoy it, man. And again, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, true.
Facts. Hey, well, Big John, man, I do appreciate you hopping on, brother, man. I'm gonna give the other people viewing, if they want to say something, but shout outs to you, bro. Go subscribe to the homie, Big John, man, and brother.
Yes, enjoy the Sting shirt as well.
There you go.
All right, wait to see CM Punk fight Sting, if I remember correctly. He won.
All right, guys.
All right, man. Take it easy, Big John.
You too.
There.
All right, Phil, I'm gonna highlight you and like social media that you want to. If you want to plug your page, I don't know why it's not letting me highlight you. Hold up.
It's okay.
Nah, it's not okay, man. You got to get some recognition in here, man.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hey.
All right.
My name's Phil. Call me the Dark Virgil 124 on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. I sometimes stream Don't Make Cry on Twitch, on twitch.com/darkvirtual49. And I'm sometimes a WWE fan and WWE fan as well.
Yeah, you're a fan of Devil May Cry, man. You gotta let the world know you're a big Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, Phil, dude, it's always a pleasure, talking to you, man. Hopefully we can hang out soon. I know it's been since we saw each other, man, but
it's been almost a year.
Yeah, I mean, you could blame COVID, man. So appreciate you, man. Definitely subscribe to the homie Phil, and I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, later, bro.
All right, man.
Yeah, bro.
All right, Jake. I'm gonna give you some recognition time, right?
All right.
So the floor is yours, sir.
All righty. Well, like I say, I mean, I'm not necessarily a massive wrestling fan, but I still feel like it went pretty well and all that stuff. But yeah, so for like I say, for those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Jake. I do a lot of like Vikings related content now that the season's kicking up. Then I'll probably do some more Wild stuff when that kicks on, as well as I do jerseys, hats, diecast cars. I mean, you could find me on like most of my social medias at Jake Carroll on YouTube or on like Twitter. I have a new Twitter for my sports fandom called Jake the MN Sports Fan. And yeah, like I say, stay tuned because I do have some stuff coming in the work with the last preseason game and then moving on to the regular season. So yeah, again, as always, Rez, pleasure to join you guys on here, and Skol Vikes.
Right on, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, Jake, for always hopping on, man. And I know all the topics every week is you're not really, it's not really your cup of tea most of the time, but nonetheless, I do appreciate you staying and putting in your input, man. It's always good to hear a fresh perspective from somebody who's, not like super into wrestling or super into like certain things, but at the end of the day, you're a sports fan like myself, and I think that's what I appreciate about it, man. So salute to you, bro. Go check him out, subscribe to his channel, and I'll see you hopefully next week, Jake.
Sounds good.
All righty. All right, and last but not least, the homie KBM. What's up, bro? The floor is yours, sir.
Man, shoot, man, it's been great live. You know what I'm saying? Salutes to everyone that all came, tapped in. You know what I'm saying? It was great talking to some cool peoples and all, and shit. Otherwise, if anyone wants to follow me on Instagram at KBM Kicks, anybody wants to follow the YouTube page KBM Kicks, I'm going to start going back live soon or whatever. It's just been a hectic few weeks and all. I'm about to get ready for a trip to Detroit on Friday. Friday, and just otherwise shit. Once that get all done, I'll be back to doing lives, and just follow me on Instagram and YouTube, KBM Kicks.
Right on, man. And salute to you, bro, for for really kind of showing me the ropes, really, with the whole StreamYard thing. I know you and Throwback King really, encouraged me to kind of jumpstart this, man. But definitely can't wait to see you go live on your channel as well. Because I know you had your first, I think, was it your first episode like a few weeks ago?
First episode Vintage Live. Yeah, most definitely.
So tap in with the bro if you want to check out his page, show him love, man, and hopefully I'll see you next week, bro.
All right, bro. Salute
to you, homie. All right, y'all. So I'm going to call it a night here. I do, again, want to thank everybody that tuned in on episode 10 of my live streams here, man. It's been real, man. It's been real fun. Tonight, I focused primarily on pro wrestling. And, overall, I really liked the feed. The live chat was live pretty much all night long. You guys were live, man, and you guys were expressing your opinions, both good and bad, about, pro wrestling today and stuff. So, if you guys want to tap in every week, I do segments that are very similar to this with different topics every week. I talk about anything from pro wrestling to sneakers, to hats, to jerseys, to pop culture, whatever, sports, basically whatever I dabble myself with, man. So it's something that's new every time. And, it's always a different topic. So I really do want to give a huge shout outs to everybody that participated in tonight's live stream, as well as in the comment box section. And yeah, man, so you can catch me again, youtube.com/Rezrection. That's REZRECTION. And obviously check out the channel. I do videos, like I try to do videos every few days and stuff like that. And I also do these live streams every Wednesday. So remember, guys, mark your calendars, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in the East Coast, it'll be 9 p.m. your guys' time. If you're in the West Coast like me, it'll be, at 6 p.m. So, all right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. And thank you guys again. And before I go, I'm going to do this one last time. Grab my belt. So right here, the champ is here. All right, guys. Have a good night, man. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.